Oxytocin and disorder, social bonding, and the brain. Oxytocin is often called the love hormone, but this description is far too simple. Oxytocin is a powerful neurochemical involved in social bonding, trust, emotional regulation, and even stress responses. It plays a key role in how we connect with others, from parent-child attachment to romantic relationships. But what happens when oxytocin systems do not function as expected? To understand this, we begin with a brief history. Oxytocin was first identified in the early 20th century for its role in childbirth and lactation. It was known to trigger uterine contractions and milk release. Later, researchers discovered that oxytocin also acts in the brain, influencing behavior, emotion, and social interaction. This shifted its role from a purely physical hormone to a key player in social and emotional processes. Oxytocin is produced in the hypothalamus and released both into the bloodstream and within the brain. It affects regions involved in emotion, such as the amygdala, and areas linked to reward and social processing. Because of this, disruptions in oxytocin systems can affect how people relate to others. One of the most studied conditions associated with oxytocin is autism spectrum disorder. Autism is characterized by differences in social communication, interaction, and behavior. Some research suggests that oxytocin may play a role in these social differences. Lower levels of oxytocin, or differences in oxytocin receptor functioning, have been observed in some individuals with autism. This may affect how social signals are processed, including eye contact, facial expressions, and emotional understanding. For example, oxytocin is thought to enhance attention to social cues. If this system is altered, individuals may find it more difficult to interpret or prioritize social information. There has been interest in using oxytocin as a treatment, such as through nasal sprays, to enhance social functioning. However, results have been mixed, and effects vary between individuals. A second condition linked to oxytocin is social anxiety disorder. Oxytocin is involved in regulating fear and social behavior, particularly through its effects on the amygdala. In some cases, oxytocin can reduce fear responses and increase feelings of trust, which may help in social situations. However, the relationship is complex. In certain contexts, oxytocin may actually increase sensitivity to social cues, including negative ones. This means it could heighten awareness of social threat or rejection in some individuals. This highlights an important point. Oxytocin does not simply make people more social or less anxious. Its effects depend on the context and the individual. A third condition associated with oxytocin is postpartum depression. Oxytocin plays a key role in bonding between parent and child, particularly after birth. Disruptions in oxytocin systems may affect this bonding process, contributing to difficulties in emotional connection and mood regulation. In postpartum depression, individuals may experience low mood, reduced emotional responsibility, and difficulty bonding with their infant. Oxytocin may be part of the biological mechanisms underlying these experiences. This highlights the importance of oxytocin not only in social interaction, but also in emotional well-being. Another area where oxytocin is involved is attachment disorders. Early relationships play a crucial role in shaping oxytocin systems. Children who experience neglect, inconsistent caregiving, or early trauma may show differences in oxytocin functioning. This can affect their ability to form secure attachments and regulate emotions later in life. This demonstrates how biological systems are shaped by early experience. Oxytocin is not just something we are born with. It is influenced by our interactions with others. From a broader perspective, These disorders highlight several key principles. First, oxytocin is central to social behavior and emotional connection. This means that disruptions can affect relationships, trust, and bonding. Second, its effects are context-dependent. Oxytocin does not simply increase positive feelings. It can amplify social sensitivity, whether positive or negative. Third, oxytocin interacts with other systems, including dopamine and stress hormones, meaning that social behavior is influenced by multiple interacting processes. There are also important implications for treatment. Oxytocin has been explored as a potential treatment for social difficulties, particularly in autism and anxiety. However, results have been inconsistent, and it is not a simple solution. This reflects the complexity of social behavior. It is not controlled by a single chemical, but by networks of brain systems and life experiences. It is also important to evaluate oxytocin explanations carefully. The idea of oxytocin as a love hormone is misleading. While it plays a role in bonding, it does not automatically produce trust or positive social behavior. Its effects depend on context, personality, and prior experience. Despite this, its role remains significant. So what is the key takeaway? Oxytocin is a key neurochemical involved in social bonding, trust, and emotional regulation. When its systems are disrupted, it can contribute to conditions such as autism spectrum disorder, social anxiety, postpartum depression, and attachment disorders. More broadly, these conditions show how deeply our social experiences are connected to brain chemistry. So the next time you feel connected to someone, trust another person, or respond emotionally in a relationship, remember this. These experiences are shaped by oxytocin working behind the scenes. And when that system is disrupted, it can change how we relate to others and experience the social world. A powerful reminder that human connection is not just psychological, but biological too.
If you enjoyed our channel, please click subscribe.